It's a beautiful night in Chicago as the White Sox take the field. In the Southwest starting lineup for the Oakland Athletics, Kennedy leads it off, followed by Davis, Sweeney, Scott Hairston hitting fourth. Then Kurt Suzuki, who's doing a great job on the road this year. The DH is Jack Cust, Ellis, Barton, and Pennington at shortstop hitting ninth. The Los defensive setup and how they'll line up behind Carlos Torres, left to right. Quinton Posednik and Kotze in the infield. Nix, Ramirez, Getz, and Konerko. A.J. Pierzynski behind the plate. And the U.S. Cellular starting pitcher is Carlos Torres. He was brilliant last time out against the Cubs for his first Major League win. This is his fourth start. His ERA a tick below 4. And he's looking for a big effort tonight against the team that occupies last place in the West, the Oaklands. They're 61-76. The conditions tonight, 67 degrees with 82% humidity. The wind out of the northeast at 12 to 18 miles an hour. And the forecast is going to be partly cloudy and dark. The umpires for tonight's game. Behind the plate, Tom Hallion, Phil Cuzzy at first, Brian Onora at second, and Jerry Crawford will handle the duties at third base. It's 7-11, and it's time for the first pitch. Tonight's game time start is presented by 7-Eleven. Oh, thank heaven for 7-Eleven. So they throw the ball around the infield, and we're ready for the first pitch of the game. I turn it over to my play-by-play partner, Hawk Harrelson.
All right, Stone Pony, thank you. And once again, good evening, everyone, and welcome to White Sox baseball right here on Comcast Sportsnet Plus. First of this brief two-game set with the Athletics. Adam Kennedy will lead it off. Adam hitting at 285, 10 homers. He's driven in 52. So now they reset, reboot, and the first pitch of the ball game. Curveball misses. He's come in hitting at 256 as a club with a 4.40 ERA. But make no mistake about it, they've got some pretty good arms on this pitching staff. Especially when you get to that end of the bullpen and Andrew Bailey.
He's got a shot at Rookie of the Year. That guy can really throw.
Yes, he can. And the count's 3-0. Come back and get him, Carlos. No walks, buddy. There's one. And here at beautiful U.S. Cellular Field, 330 down the left field line, 335 down the right field line, 375 in the gaps, and 400. Straightaway center. So the leadoff walk.
You always have to watch the bunt with Rajay Davis because he's got terrific speed.
And Kennedy has 18 stolen bases and 23 attempts.
This Oakland team, last time they were in town, gave the Sox all they wanted. They won 3 of 4.
Well, we've seen it all year. There's a strike. For the most part, Sox have played, it seems like, to the level of the opponent.
Up or down to the opposition.
Up and down, exactly.
Which is not really a great characteristic.
Not at all. That usually will not get you into postseason play.
Pretty good stolen base percentage.
Watch out. Almost took his head off. So Kennedy will pull up, and trouble brewing right here in the top of the first. The dreaded leadoff walk and then the single by Davis.
Rajay Davis is playing great. In fact, in talking with some of the Oakland A's personnel, he said he very well could be their most valuable player, especially for the last couple of months.
So here is Ryan Sweeney hitting at 278, 6 homers. He's driven in 39. But if you look at our record, take the Central. We're 8-7 against Cleveland. We're 5-7 against Detroit. 8-7 against Kansas City. 6-9 against Minnesota. Then you go to the East. We're 4-5 against Baltimore, 4-4 against Boston, 3-4 against the Yankees, 6-2 against Tampa Bay. Toronto got our number at 1-6. And there's a base hit. They're going to hold the runner, and all of a sudden, because of that leadoff walk and a couple of hits, sacks packed, nobody out.
After struggling with his control on the first hitter, the Oakland team is going right after the first pitch. This is a breaking ball down. It's not a bad pitch, but to left-hand hitters, that ball down and out over the plate is not a particularly good pitch. Scott Harrison was hitting .299 with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Not quite as successful coming over to the American League, but he is strong.
Very. And he's a terrific high fastball hitter. Takes first pitch strike. Harrison last year at San Diego hit .248, 17 homers, and knocked in just 31. And the count 0-2.
Infield's back. They're going to trade the run for double play ground ball if they can get it. And there you look at the defense.
So Torres has some chunking to do here in the top of the first inning. Scott, son of Jerry, brother of Jerry.
When he first got to the Diamondbacks, they thought that he was going to be an everyday star. He had 26 home runs in AAA, drove in 81. In that ballpark in San Diego, by the way, 17 home runs for a right-hand hitter is a pretty good number. And DJ Carrasco loosening up early in this one as AJ goes to the mound to talk it over with Carlos Torres.
And the 0-2 pitch. Oh, he got away with one right there. Whew. Mercy, this ball could have gone a long way.
Threw the breaking ball and hung it right over the middle of the plate. Fortunately, Hairston fouled it straight back. Carlos has to be careful. He better have that 1 second pause, because he's not doing that.
Big go.
That's a big out. Threw that fastball in the outside corner, has a little cutting action to it, and he threw it right by Hairston.
So here is a tough little customer at the plate. Kurt Suzuki hitting at .271, 11 homers. He's driven in 66.
But he is second on the team and grounding into double plays with 13, one behind Sweeney. So a ground ball, even with a catcher that runs better than most catchers, will yield 2.
First pitch strike. Outfield straight up, spread out, equidistant. And the count 0-2.
This is where Suzuki usually shortens up his swing. He's only fanned 44 times in 484 at bats.
Ball hit hard. Patsy is there. Gets it back in. As the leadoff walk will tag a score, and it's 1-0 Athletics.
When you have a guy that doesn't strike out very much, he is going to make some contact, and because that ball is belt high, he's able to hit a sacrifice fly. And that is his 5th sacrifice fly of the year.
So here's Jack Cust, the designated hitter. Cust at 239, 20 homers and 58 knocked in.
And the last thing you want to do is throw him low.
The preferred spot on him is right underneath his hands.
Try to get that last one there and just missed in off the plate.
As it is with a lot of strong left-handed hitters. That's a breaking ball. It was up, hung, and gone. It is 4-0. A lot of guys going to hit that pitch out of the ballpark.
Well, that's the second one that he's hung, and he got away with the last one to Hairston, but he didn't get away with that one. Jack Cust is mighty strong. And this is not the liveliest night in the ballpark, but this one hangs about thigh high, out over the plate, and gone.
Well, the best part about it, we got all 27 outs. As that ball hit deep by Mark Ellis, and it is 5-0.
Ellis is 7th, and now he's driven in 50. He's just a solid player. This guy's been a good, solid player since he came into this league. Torres throws this one right down the middle, and this is belt high, and that's a Ford home run replay, and those don't get missed too often.
So Torres can only retire 2 hitters. He gives up 5 runs. He departs there. We'll be back.
Area by calling 312-674-1000 or visit whitesox.com. DJ Carrasco comes in, and he throws that one up and out of the zone, and there's a look at the numbers on DJ. 5-1, good ERA, 3.59.
2-0 the count to Derek Barton, hitting at 215. A couple of homers, he's driven in 9. Fouls that one straight back. Deflects it over to Chris Getz. Tucks it up, throws him out. But a 5 spot goes up on that board. And after a half inning of play, we got a lot of work to do.
Konerko and then Dye the DH with Kotsay. Quinton, who's having a red-hot week, along with Getz and Jason Nix. There's a look at the defense and how they'll line up behind Tomko, Hairston, Davis, and Sweeney. The infield, Kennedy, Pennington, Ellis, and Barton. And a look at a U.S. Cellular starting pitcher, Brett Tomko, on for the 20th start. 3-3 record.
And before we show you our picks to click, you at home select yours as first pitch strike from Tomko. Sox come in hitting at .260 as a club with a 4.13 ERA. And the count 0-2. Tomko, 36 years old.
He's always had a very good arm. He's got a good overhand curveball. With Oakland, he's 2-1. This is his 5th start, and his ERA 3.63. He was released by the Yankees.
Well, started off with Cincinnati, then went to Seattle, then to San Diego, then to St. Louis, then to San Francisco, then to the Dodgers, and back to San Diego, Kansas City, San Diego, as he strikes out Besedny.
This throws a fastball that looked like it backed up a little bit, and he threw the high fastball right by him.
So here's Alexei hitting at .278, 15 homers. He's driven in 63. This is the 8th meeting of the year between these two clubs. In the first 7, Oakland has won 4. So again, another bit of evidence to warrant the fact that we play to the level of our opponents. The 1-1 pitch.
One of the things that gives you a little hope, even though there's a 5-run deficit right now, is the fact that Tomko gives up a lot of home runs. Overall, 10 in 43 innings this year. For Oakland, 5 in 22 innings.
I know he threw 35 home runs in 03 in that Cardinal uniform.
That's because that fastball is pretty straight. Kurt Young, the pitching coach, has been working with him on trying to get some movement on it. He's always been able to throw in the mid-90s. And when that curveball is good, he's good.
There's a chopper 2 hopper. Pennington 2 down. And right now let's check out our picks to click this evening. Jim Angio, our director and the crew. They went with Konerko, Lisa, Steve, and Larry. They're going to go with A.J. Pierzynski. And Mike Mazik, Kenny Wes, all the great folks. Pete Catazone, Laura Arenas. In the ticket office, we're going to go with Kotsay. These two guys don't like each other right here. No love lost between A.J. and Brett Tomko. Curveball backdoor him in account 0-2.
Well, it started in their San Francisco days, as brief as they were together.
The 0-2 pitch just reached out, slaps it into the field.
That'll do it for you. Make a good 0-2 pitch, only to see A.J. just reach out and flick it over Kennedy and Pennington's head. This ball is on the ground.
So here's Paulie. Paulie hitting at 282, 25 homers, and 81 driven in. Paulie 1 for 4 lifetime off Tomko. Fastball in the outer half.
Davis in center field is about as fast as anyone around, so he can cover alley to alley with the best of them.
And that's inside. Gap out there in right center. Lays off the breaking ball. Good check. 2-1.
You want to get Tomko to the position where he has to throw that fastball, because there's not a lot of late movement on it, and that's the ball that usually leaves the ballpark.
Well, that's also a straight fastball. I don't care how hard you're throwing. Can either be your best friend, because that ball hit hard, one hopper, or your worst enemy. And that'll retire the side. After one, it is 5-0 Bad Guys. for the Athletics.
Pennington's been a much better hitter from the left side. 279 as opposed to 182 as a right-hand hitter.
First pitch strike. Misses with the backdoor effort. And the count 1-1. He's 61-76. 20.5 games back.
Well, they did a great deal of unloading both before the season and during the season. They got a lot of good young players back, hoping to reload and start again.
That is just foul on a rolling curveball.
Let's look at Bob Guerin, manager of these Athletics, sitting next to his pitching coach, Curt Young.
This is a little high. And the 2-2 pitch. And that's fair. Just inside the line. So he's going to pick up his 6th two-bagger.
They're essentially giving Pennington a tryout to see if he can handle the position for next year. That looked like a straight change on the outer portion of the plate. Good inside-out swing and well fair. Now it's up to Kennedy to try to pull the ball.
He started off that 5-run first last inning with a base on balls. The dreaded base on balls. The dreaded leadoff walk. And that's going to go foul.
And for those of you wondering where Gordon Beckham is, he did all baseball related activities today. Took batting practice, took some ground balls, threw the ball, and said that he was feeling a whole lot better than he's been feeling, so hopefully we'll get a chance to see him tomorrow evening. They do decide, however, to rest him. You get the essentially 2 days off because there's an off day on Thursday.
That would be my play. Yeah, that's going to get the job done. Well, one thing you feel bad about too, or also I should say as well, is that you don't want to see his chances for Rookie of the Year slide by the boards.
No, and Nolan Reimold has passed him in runs batted in and home runs. However, listening to Ozzie before the game, that wasn't really a priority. He would love to see him win that award, but so the most important thing is to make sure that he's 100% healthy.
Well, certainly it is. You get a bad oblique and you're in trouble. I don't care what position you play. Those things, if it's bad, are not going to go away for a long time. We're getting at third. AJ is going to give it back and they'll put it on. Go to second, not in time. Nice play by DJ, but
infield was in, and this ball hit right back to Carrasco. And the first thing he does is look at third, which he should do. Then he dumps it off to Nix. AJ does what he should do, run him back. No chance at all to beat the play. But unfortunately, Davis makes it into second, which is something you don't want to see happen.
Well, with his speed, if you don't get it in one throw, he's going to go into second base. So here is Sweeney. Very seldom, very seldom. I would say probably 10 to 15% of those pickles are only completed in one throw. And that's the reason why right there. It is 6-0. That's the reason you want them completed in one throw. Sweeney 2 for 2.
Sweeney now has 40 runs driven in. And he takes that little slider right through the right side.
And that'll bring up Scott Hairston. 6 runs on 6 hits. No errors for their guys. No runs, 1 hit. No errors for our guys. But it's just the top of the second. Do I know the count? 29-year-old outfielder. And that's into the gap. So they're going to wave him around for home run time, and it's 7-0.
This one is not starting out particularly well. It's RBI number 30 for Hairston. And it's the second run of the inning. Scott Hairston takes this one, a slider low and away, and hits it into the gap. Ellis does a nice job of getting to it, but Sweeney runs too well and beats the play easily at the plate.
Bring up to catcher Kurt Suzuki. Hit the ball very hard into right field for a sacrifice fly last inning. That made it 2 out, 1 run in. Looked like we were going to get out of it before that hanging curveball to Jack Cuss for the 3-run homer. And the Tigers, they're taking on the Royals in Kansas City tonight. Hopper. The 2 more across the plate after an inning and a half. 7-0 A's. And 24 outs. It'll be Dye, Kotsay, and Quentin. Jermaine comes in hitting at 261, 25 homers. He's driven in 72. And lifetime against Tomko, 2 for 7 with a homer. First pitch strike. Breaking ball, chopper to Hopper. And that's one down. So here's Kotsay. Mark hitting at 271, 3 homers, 14 knocked in.
He had a very good series against his former mates, the Red Sox, getting an opportunity to start here tonight.
All he did was go 6 for 11, 2 homers, 6 RBIs.
That's pretty impressive.
He has faced Tomko 11 times. He has 5 hits. Upper tank, left side. And the count 1-2. Tried to backdoor him. That's empty short, left center field. As Hairston comes on, makes the catch. 2 down. So here's Quentin. Carlos at 235, 16 homers. He's driven in 39.
There was a time when this Oakland team would develop a whole lot of their own young players. And now they're not able to do that quite as well. They have made some pretty decent trades. They just have to hope that a lot of the other teams' position players, along with their young homegrown pitchers, are going to come of age together.
Pop up, and that's going to be a souvenir right side. It's high into right center field. Sweeney, and a 1-2-3 inning for Tomko. He leads it 7-0. Not good. Oakland 5 in the first, 2 in the second, lead it 7-0. They put a shift on for Jack Cust. We had a 3-run homer and that 5-run first. Pretty good pitch, didn't get it.
Well, that's where you want to throw him. You'd just as soon keep it above the belt. But he wasn't swinging.
That breaking ball hammered. Now Piles got a sinker out there and stayed with it and made the catch.
Well, sometimes you get a little fooled on these sinking line drives, and he ran back, realizing that he had overrun it, able to turn around and make a nice basket catch out of it. Not the most artistic, but certainly effective.
Mark Ellis backed up that 3-run homer with his 7th homer of the season. The 1-1 pitch. Tomorrow night, Freddie Garcia against Trevor Cahill in that game right here on Comcast Sportsnet. Then the off day on Thursday. We leave Thursday night. Head on out to the Big A in Anaheim.
That was a nice swing.
Yeah. For Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we'll take on the Halos. Then an off day on Monday, which we'll spend in Seattle, and then that 3-game set with the Mariners, and it's back home for the final homestand of 09. He gone.
Very demonstrative call by Tom Hallion. Watch this one. It's a good hook. It's a good way to wrench your back.
I'm getting ready to say it's sacroiliac. Derek Barton went out 1-for-3.
Came
in
over
the first inning.
Came over from the St. Louis Cardinals.
21 to count for the 24-year-old. There's the strike. Hayes starting out on what is a 9-day, 8-game road trip. 2 here, 3 in Minnesota, and 3 in Texas. Full count. And the 2-out walk. It'll bring up Cliff Pennington, who doubled leading off last inning. As he not particularly pleased with what he has seen thus far.
We could certainly understand that coming off a very good series against the Red Sox.
Well, you know, when you get a club like we've had this year, obviously it's been a roller coaster season. We have not had a run yet of any significance whatsoever, which is very unusual. But as I said before, we're exactly where we should be. at this particular point in time with the way we have played. Fouls that down.
This is game number 140. And coming into this one, a game under 500. That's really all you could expect. You've had very good starting pitching, obviously with the exception to tonight's action. For the most part, the starting pitching has been in the top 3 or 4 in the American League all year long.
Well, if you're just going to base it on one category of starting pitching, we should have an 8 or 10 game lead in this division. But again, in today's culture, the way the game has changed and what is evolved into is not starting pitching. It used to be starting pitching. And that old cliche of starting pitching, you'll only go as far as your starting pitching will take you. That is gone by the boards. That is no longer applicable in the vernacular of baseball. It used to be for a long time. It has become now you're only going to go as far as your bullpen will take you. And that is taking into consideration you better catch the baseball and you better not beat yourself with mental mistakes, bad base running, and things of that nature. High into right field. And they don't score. So after 2.5, it is still 7-0 A's. .5:30 with Chicago Tribune Live only on Comcast Sportsnet. Only player in team sports I've ever seen in my life that you couldn't trade.
He was absolutely amazing, and I used to tell my friends at the time, if you get a chance, go see him live because you're watching Babe Ruth. You're watching the best that probably will ever be.
Well, I had an interesting conversation with Bob Cousy. We were playing golf one day. Cousy, of course, a great Celtic guard, Hall of Famer. And I'm going back, say, let me see, about 30 years ago, 25 years ago. And I said, Cousy, I said, who's the best basketball player you ever saw? He said, there's no question about it. He said, Jerry West. Which John Havlicek said the same thing. So then I played golf with Coos during Michael's career. And I said, who's the best basketball player you ever saw? He said, Michael Jordan.
True. And Jerry West was a great player.
Oh, let me tell you what. There are so many. You know, Oscar was a great player. Oscar was just a fantastic player. In fact, his records are better than anybody's at that position. But playing for Cincinnati now, if Oscar had played in the big market, things would have been different. As Getz fouls that one away, as if you put Roberto Clemente in a big market, things would have been different as far as his notoriety, so to speak.
Well, I also don't know how many guys could have done what Michael could have done as far as every aspect of the game. If you needed him to shut down the best scorer on the other team, he could do that. If you needed 20 rebounds one night, he could do that. If you needed 50 points, he could do that. I mean, there wasn't anything that he couldn't do depending on what the team needed to win at a given time.
Well, he made everybody around him much, much better. As he gets him on the inside corner, one out, he made everybody around him better. He did it with his character, with his leadership, and certainly his skills on the court. Good pitch.
Yeah, good fastball and tremendous call by Tom Hallion.
So here's Jason Nix. Jason hitting at 229, 11 homers, 29 driven in. That ball hammered into left field. Get up. Hairston runs it down. That's a hang Wolfham.
Hairston got a good jump on that ball. I think he read the angle of the bat pretty well, and he was running toward that corner and was able to run it down. Nix hit this ball hard. Watch it again. He's just measuring it all the way and makes the play.
So back to the top of the order with Pasetnik. You know, I'll tell you what kind of guy Michael was too. You remember the Utah series that he was
had the flu?
Had the flu. I mean, well, when they won it, I went downstairs to see Hermie after a ball game here when the series was over. Michael was sitting in there talking to Hermie. And he looked bad. I mean, he looked gaunt. He looked like he weighed 185 pounds. And we were having a CGA event at that time, Celebrity Golf Association, out at White Eagle. And ticket sales were not very good. So I had talked with the guy who runs it, and he had asked me if I saw Michael to check it out and see if he could come out and play. So I went over to Mike, and we were talking a little bit, and I said, Michael, I said, ticket sales not very good for our CGA tournament. And it was about a week away. I said, can you make it? He said, Hawk, I said, I really hadn't been playing. He said, I don't feel very good. I said, well, Michael, we need you. So he said, well, let me think about it. So I went over and talked to Hermie and came back about 5-10 minutes later. Michael says, you got it. So I said, I'm going to call Jim and tell him, you know, and we'll be in the papers in the morning now. He said, okay, I'll be there. As there's a ground ball base hit for Pines. So I called the guy up. I said, Michael is going to play. He said, Hawk, this is unbelievable. I said, no. I said, he doesn't feel well. I said, put us in a good group. We'll have. I said, he hadn't been playing, I hadn't been playing, but we'll have some fun. So they put Michael, myself, and Mario Lemieux in a group. We go out and we play. Michael played terrible. I played terrible. Mario played good. He shot 70 that day. But the key being, he knew we needed him. They sold out. You couldn't get any more tickets.
Not surprisingly.
But that's, and as I said, he really looked bad. Thin, jaws were sunk. It was. Alexei grounded out to his counterpart. There's a shot. Right to Kennedy. That's another hang Wolfham. So a couple of hang Wolfhams this inning by Nix and Ramirez. Meanwhile, still 7-0.
season record for the most hits by a left-hand hitter with 190 back in 2004.
Top of the order, Adam Kennedy takes first pitch strike from DJ. Kennedy walked to start off the ball game, and he came around to score. That started off that 5-run first. And in inning number 2, he grounded out to second. 1-1 to count.
The bullpen is starting to work for the Sox.
And that's right down into left field. Right down the line.
They've done that a couple of times. This ball is almost on the ground. It's an inside-out swing. You see Nix well off the line, and that ball is easily by him. Daniel Hudson loosening up in the pen.
And here's Rajai Davis, who is 1 for 2 with 2 runs scored. Got a good pitch to hit and couldn't do anything with it. Nice curveball right there. Took a little something off. Had good rotation. Grabs the strike. Drop down. Rajai stayed with it long enough to foul it off.
That ball actually stayed on the inside part of the plate and couldn't do anything with it.
Softly hit. And they turn it. Rack 'em up. 2 down.
A fastball turned around Davis in the batter's box. That's why they were able to get him at first. Although I'm not sure they got him at first, but that's a 7-0 call.
Just got it.
Taking another look at it, we'll slow it down. Oh, sure, out by plenty.
Easy. Sweeney is 2 for 2 with an RBI and a couple of runs scored. Outfield, equidistant, swung around to the left. And he chops that one in the hole for the base hit.
3 hits in 4 innings isn't bad.
Nice young man right there.
Signed and developed by the Sox. Now wearing the green.
Tell you what, that spring he had when he joined us for spring training in Tucson. He looked as good as any 19-year-old you ever want to see. So here is Hairston. Struck out and then doubled in a run back in the second. Special coming up. 23 hours of Michael Jordan. That ball hit hard in the right field. Patsy can't get there. So Sweeney's going to score, and it is 8-0.
Second double by Hairston, and second run batted in.
Third run scored by Sweeney.
Hairston crushes this ball. This is a fastball away, and He tattoos it over the head of Kotsay.
I would imagine there's going to be a nice market for that DVD.
I would think a lot of basketball fans would be very interested in that.
You're looking at one. There's a strike to Suzuki, who's 0 for 1 with a sacrifice fly. Good curveball. Count 0-2. That's into right field. Can of corn for Mark, but they put one more on the board. And we'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Not good.
The Oakland A's single season record for most hits by a left-hand hitter with 190 in 2004. And the answer, none other than our own Mark Kotsay. That's a lot of hits.
Well, they have a lot of runs tonight. 8-0 they lead us here in the bottom of the 4th. It'll be Pierzynski, Konerko, and Dye. AJ has one of our 2 hits. Scotty Pods has the other. So Tomko, this is the 10th team he's been with.
Well, it does show you that if you can stay healthy and have a good arm, you can stay around the league.
This is the inside corner.
I think there are very few pitchers with any experience at all who leave this league with a healthy arm. They can throw in the mid to low 90s. They'll find a spot.
Well, we mentioned these 2 guys don't like each other. AJ says, "Is that all you got?"
Well, he gets him off the padded part of the elbow, and you're going to get hit. That's a good spot for it.
So here's Konerko. Hit into a 5-4 fielder's choice. High deep. Stretch. Nope. Rajai Davis, a few feet in front of the track. He just missed that one. There you go.
A towering fly ball. Unfortunately, the wind was not blowing in that direction and actually knocked the ball down. Ball had just hit it too high.
There's George Hoffman when you need it.
There you go. Well, both of them said they had it, but wisely, Hairston gives ground and lets Davis take it.
That's high and to right. Sweeney. 2 down. So 2 out to Kotsay. Mark went out to left field his first trip.
Ozzy's already been on record as saying he would like to have Kotsay back next year. He can do a lot of things for you. I don't blame him.
Well, if you just think about it, if you're talking about the all-purpose player, it's hard to beat Mark Kotsay.
Another factor, he's one of the best off the bench there is.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. That's an all-purpose player. That's high and deep. Get back. It will. You can. Put it on the ball. Yeah. 2-run homer for Kotsay. And it's an 8-2 ball game.
That's one of the things that Tomko does give you. He'll give you the long ball. This is a towering fly ball, and he hit it to the right part of the park. It's a high fastball. And so the leadoff hit batsman does come back to haunt him. Kotsay hits his 4th. He's driven in 16. Sweeney goes as high as he can go, but it's not high enough.
Kotsay probably in the last 10 years, before he had the back problem, played some of the finest center field against us of anybody in this league. There's a nice pick right there by Kennedy. Throws out Quentin, and that'll retire the side. But the 2-run homer by Mark Kotsay. It is Oakland by 6. First, 2 in the second, 1 in the fourth, and Mark Kotsay Boy, what an impression he's making on everybody.
He's doing just about everything right, and he's also one of the best pinch hitters in baseball. So now we're going to get a look at Daniel Hudson, and this could be a look into the future for the White Sox, as the young man had a great year. Went through the entire farm system, a meteoric rise, finds himself in the major leagues. He's pitched in 1 game, 2 innings, hit the first guy he saw, and then retired 6 straight.
He's got Cust, Ellis, and Barton, as they're going to put the shift on for Jack Cust, who has homered a 3-run shot in the first, and then he hammered one. Sinking line drive to center field. Takes that one down low.
One thing about Jack Cust, he leaves nothing to the imagination with his swing. He has, since the day he's come into the major leagues, had one type of swing. And if he happens to hit it, it goes a long way.
Ted Williams would love this swing.
You love the uppercut swing?
Love it. That's into left field. On the track.
Enjoy pregame tailgating at White Sox tailgate party pads. You can treat your group of 20 to 50 fans to a private area conveniently located outside of Gate 2, the ballpark entrance. Bring your own food or have it catered by the White Sox. Book a White Sox tailgate party pad with discounted game tickets today.
So, Daniel Hudson gives up his first major league hit to Mark Ellis, who is now 2 for 3. That solo homer back in the first inning. And the single. Here's Derek Barton.
Former #1 draft choice of the St. Louis Cardinals.
Came in with a lot of fanfare.
They thought that he was going to be all everything for them.
There's a strike with a lot of pub.
Traded to Oakland with pitchers Kiko Calero and Dan Herron for Mark Mulder. Dan Herron now is with the Diamondbacks and doing a very good job.
I used to love to see Burley and Mulder get after one another. That was a lot of fun.
Before Mulder hurt his back, he was some pitcher.
Better believe it.
Zito, Mulder, and Hudson, the big 3.
Well, when you got those 3, you can write any kind of book you want to write. You can do any kind of movie you want to.
That's like Atlanta. With Smoltz, Glavine, and Maddox all in their prime, made Leo Mazzoni look like a genius.
You can do anything you want to do when you got those 3. Say anything you want to say. Certainly not take anything at all away from him. As could not, he gone.
And Jerry Crawford said, yes, you did.
2 down. But not to take anything away from Hall of Fame manager Earl Weaver. When you got some pitching like he had, you can disdain the bunt, sit back and wait for the 3-run homer.
And be pretty well assured that you're going to win 3-1 or 3-0. Because most of those guys didn't give up much.
Great manager, Earl Weaver.
Think about this, Hawk. I remember the days when I was with him, we used to come north with 9 pitchers. 5 starters, 4 relievers. That was it.
Well, I think I told you the story. That's how we used to evaluate their club without, you know, having played them that much, obviously, in spring training, is how many pitchers Earl was going to break north with. If he came with 10, we felt like we were in pretty good shape. If he came with 11, which he did one year, then we're going to beat him. But if he came with 9, we were in trouble.
Well, we won 202 games in 2 years. Most of the time with just 9 pitchers. That gave him another move off the bench,
which he utilized, played it like a fiddle. Earl was the only manager I've ever known that regularly got 4 outfielders into 100 games and 5 infielders into 100 games.
Well, he also made a Weaver rule just because of him.
Alexei can't get there. So Pennington picks up his second hit.
That Weaver rule that they made, they came up to me in Detroit and someone said, look at the starting lineup, and I looked at it and I was hitting 6th as a designated hitter. I pitched the night before and I couldn't hit, so I was kind of wondering what he was going to do. And of course he said, no, you're not going to hit, don't worry about that, but if we get 5 straight hits and they change pitchers, I want the ability to put in the opposite type of pinch hitter. Then they made the Weaver rule. DH had to hit once.
He was something.
Always looking for just that little edge.
And that's foul. Well, they didn't have computers back in those days, but Earl kept these little cards, little foul cards.
Yeah, he had them in his back pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We knew in 1962 he was managing Elmira, and I was at Binghamton in the Eastern League. And back then, he was the only manager that I ever played against in the minor leagues coming up that we knew was going to be a major league manager. And boy, did he ever. He gone. Goes Kennedy away. Leaves 2. Halfway home, we trail it 8-2. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning, it'll be Getz, Nix, then back to the top of the order with Scott Podsednik. Chris 0 for 1, struck out, called out on a good inside fastball, takes up high. Sent out a big White Sox shout out and happy birthday to crew member Kent Vanderkolk. Big White Sox fan, and they tell me he is something wicked on that guitar. Happy birthday, Kent. 2-0. Three and nothing. Don't help him out. If you're just joining us, this thing got off to a bad start right off the bat. Lead off walk to Adam Kennedy. And then they picked up 5 runs in the first. Came right back with 2 in the second. Added 1 in the fourth and 2 as that's a base hit right back through the middle. So a good start here to the bottom of the 5th.
One thing we do know for sure is Tomko is far from unhittable. So still a long way to go in this one. You'd love to get into that Oakland pen.
The first part of it.
Yeah, you want to keep Bailey out as long as you possibly can.
So here's Jason. He hit a rope into left field. And that ball's hit by Kennedy. So now they're going to hold Getz. The double, and things cooking here in the bottom of the 5th.
Jason looks at a first ball fastball on the inner portion and drives it down the line. He lined out last time to Hairston and left, and this time he drives it right by Kennedy at third. Things are starting to get a bit interesting.
That's the one swing of the bat right here, and we're back in this ball game.
As long as you got a pitcher on the mound who throws home runs, and now apparently they want to take a look at Tomko. He's got some mud in his cleats.
It's the old tongue depressor.
Yeah.
Trick.
Visit the official online shop of the White Sox at whitesox.com. Browse the largest online selection of authentic team gear, including official caps, t-shirts, jerseys, collectibles, and more. Get your team gear straight from the source. Shop the whitesox.com shop. You bet Joe grew up here for 20 years, have you?
Yep.
Wow, that's arduous.
You're telling me? So here's Scotty Pides, 1 for 2. Single sharply back through the middle in the third. Ducks on the punt, nobody out. Flips that one up there. And the count 1-0.
Apparently those clean spikes didn't work very well. He almost threw that one by Suzuki. That's a good trick because he's one of the most mobile catchers in the game.
Drops that one on him. And that evens the count at 1. Corners in, and that's foul straight back. Second short back. Nice gap out there in right center field if Fox can find it.
If he keeps throwing him soft breaking balls, that's where he's going to hit it.
Could not check it up. So 1 out.
This is another soft breaking ball, but he keeps it down and out of the zone. And no argument from Pasednik. He went way through the strike zone.
So here's Alexei. He is grounded to short, and last time up in the third, he just hit a bullet down to Kennedy at third. Breaking ball strike.
It's Marshall and Gray in the bullpen. They're getting ready in a hurry. They're running to get ready.
1-1 to count. Come on, boys. We need some runs. Another shot, and we're going to get doubled off at second.
Wow.
Another place where you cannot be doubled off. We are, and we still trail it 8-6. It's a 2-2.
For the price of 1, and 4 hot dogs for the price of 2. Visit an All-Star concession stand during the first hour after gates open. For White Sox individual game tickets, call 866-SOX-GAME or visit whitesox.com.
Still a 6-run Oakland lead here. They lead it 8-2. Davis, Sweeney, and Hairston face Daniel Hudson. 1-1 to count to Rajai Davis. Right on the outside corner of Beauty. And the count 2-2. Smokes that one into left field. Second hit for Davis.
And Oakland now has 13 of them through 5+ innings.
Davis also has 31 stolen bases in 39 attempts. Whereas Sweeney, he's 3 for 3 with an RBI, and he has scored 3 times. On the outside corner. There he goes. Ball into center field, so he'll move on in to third base.
Stolen base E2, and that wasn't that bad a throw to second.
Looked like a perfect throw.
Yeah, I think it was right on the bag. We'll watch it again. Gets a tremendous jump off Hudson.
Perfect throw.
You got to catch that ball. That's got to be E6.
Yep.
That throw is right there. And it is E6.
That's his 18th arrow. Now the infield in. Davis holds, one out.
We're not going to get Davis here anyway.
If he catches it, they will.
Well, Lexi is well in front of the bat.
Hairston, 2 for 3, a couple of doubles. Yeah, that throw was there. If he catches it, puts it on him, it's perfect. He's out. And he pops it up. Chris. 2 down. So that's him trying to pitch over the Ramirez era. And that'll bring up Suzuki, who's 0 for 2 with a sacrifice fly. That's outside. First of 2 tomorrow night. Freddie Garcia against Trevor Cahill. And that game right here on Comcast Sportsnet. That ball is hammered. So he will not pitch over the error by Ramirez.
Second run batted in by Suzuki. And he crushed this ball. 68 RBIs. Good number for a catcher. Fastball down the middle, and no chance at all for Carlos. Was it one hop Luke Appling?
And that's his 31st double. So here's Cust. Whistles it right on by him. Well, that's symptomatic of where we've been for the most part all year long. You get behind in a ball game, you get a couple of guys on, nobody out, you run yourself out of an inning, and boy, does that take a lot of wind out of the sails.
Well, the inning looks pretty promising, and you make a mental mistake and then come back, make a physical mistake, and it compounds things.
Well, you're more prone to make physical and mental mistakes. There's not a lot of wind on your side.
True.
All year long. Cust, that 3-run homer, then a line out to center. Then he went out deep to left. And the count 3-1. In that series from the Big A in Anaheim starting Friday, we're going to run Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We're going to run Floyd, Danks, and Burley out there. They're going to run Saunders, Santana, and Kazmir. That's into left field. So the run scores, and it is now 9-2.
biggest drive yet. Bring your contributions to the ballpark on Saturday, September 19th. Fans that donate non-perishable food items and make cash contributions will be entered for a chance to win autographed White Sox memorabilia. Make donations at gates 2 through 5 until the top of the second inning for your chance to win.
It is a 7-run lead for the bad guys. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 9-14-0 for them, 2-5-1 for us. It'll be Pierzynski, Konerko, and Dye. AJ 1 for 1, a single in the first. He was hit by a pitch and scored ahead of the 2-run homer by Kotsay in the 4th.
Think he throws one inside again?
No. Breaking ball. And by that question, if you're just tuning in, these two guys do not like each other, AJ and Tomko.
Back from the San Francisco days.
Ball hit hard. And that's out number 1. And when he got hit leading off the 4th, it was just grazing off the pad of the elbow.
Big Breslow throwing in the bullpen.
Smartest man in the major leagues, they say.
Big Breslow?
Yeah.
Still got a job after all these years. I know that's smart.
Majored in biochemistry and biomolecular chemistry and on and on and on. Paulie 0 for 2. He just missed one his last at bat. High towering drive. As George Hoffman would say, a high towering line drive.
It was a towering line drive.
Oh, Georgie. It's Georgie.
I still talk with him on occasion.
Give him my best.
I will.
One and 2 to count. By the way, when he hit AJ back in the 4th inning, that was the first batter he had hit all year.
Yeah, probably just got away.
Whoa! Close.
Just missed. Jerry Crawford straddling the line on the call. Kennedy was actually on the line. Hits this ball hard, but not fair.
One out in the 2-2 pitch. That ball hit deep in the left center field stretch. Davis back at the ball. Looks up. Buchanan put it on the board. Yes. Number 26 for Paulie. And it's a 9-3 ball game.
Second of the night given up by Tomko. Ball's driven in 82. And this ball was out away, but it was a straight fastball. No movement at all. And a Ford home run replay. A towering line drive home run.
So here's Jermaine. Takes ball 1. Jermaine has grounded to short, and he has gone out to right. So the second home run, and of course, with those 2 home runs, the Alex Nelius family will donate $100 to White Sox charities for every Sox homer hit throughout the course of the season. That is number 165 and 66. So $16,600 donated by Alex Nelius in loving memory of Ursula. Alex was here before the game today. He has donated well over $200,000 to White Sox charities. Boy, we appreciate his generosity. That is something.
Had a chance to meet him today.
Yep.
You mention him all the time, quite obviously. With a lot of home runs hit.
And that's ball 4.
When Bob Guerin comes out, I think that's going to be it for Brett Tomko.
He has made the call for Breslow. So Tomko departs, and we'll be back.
Will receive a White Sox cap presented by Miller Lite. For tickets, call 866-SOX-GAME or visit whitesox.com. And the Yale graduate, Rick Breslow, comes into this. With Oakland 5-5 this year, ERA very respectable 3.19.
Well, he's pitched very well against us. Every uniform he's had on. He has been tough. He was a molecular biophysics and biochemistry major at Yale. Breaking ball. Kotsay just did get a piece of it. Mark 1 for 2. That 2-run homer, his 4th in a Sox uniform. Out. Turns it loose, does Pennington. And rack him up. Meanwhile, the home run by Konerko. It is 9-3 bad guys.
AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered.
Daniel Hudson on the bump. Breaking ball to Mark Ellis. Can't get it. Ellis homered in the first. That was back-to-back. Cust the 3-run homer, and then Ellis a solo shot. Then he struck out. Then he singled. One and two the count to the 32-year-old veteran. Always played well against us. $24,317 in the house. They've been a lively crowd. Even when we were trailing 7-0 after 2. Nick sucks it up. 1 out. Derek Barton. So your molecular biophysics class, how did it go for you?
I didn't fare very well.
You didn't?
I was good with the molecular part. It was the biophysics that did me in.
You knew what the molecules were doing, huh?
Boy. There were some classes I'd still be in high school if I needed to pass to get out of there.
Well, the military school that I went to in high school, you didn't have a choice between the priest and the couple of sergeants that were teachers there. You better study. Oh, Yo Haid was going to have some knots on it. The 3-1.
A couple of young men enjoying this one.
And the payoff pitch. Rips it into right field. So Barton now 1 for 3 with a walk.
And with that base hit, everybody in the starting lineup has at least one hit tonight. 15 in all, and here comes Ozzie on the long, slow walk to the mound.
So now Ozzie makes the call to the pen.
If you missed some of the action, go to On Demand from Comcast, and you'll have access to the Comcast Sportsnet White Sox games ready to watch on your schedule. Find out more, call 1-888-4BEST-TV. Randy Williams comes into this one, and he inherits Derek Barton at first base. Williams 0-1, ERA just under 7, on for the 17th time. There you look at the numbers.
Cliff Pennington, a double, a fly out to right, and a single.
And he turns Pennington around to the right side. And a switch hitter from the right side, hitting just 182.
Takes that pitch high and wide.
Nunez throwing in the bullpen.
And why not? Fouls it back. High fastball just underneath it. Outfield straight up. They have not moved around a whole bunch tonight. Yeah, that's hit on the fist, pops it up right side. Gets it there. Two down. That'll bring up Adam Kennedy. He led off the ball game with the dreaded walk, the leadoff walk.
Things didn't go real well for Carlos Torres, who started this one.
No, from there it got a little ugly. He gave up 5 in the first, in 2/3 of the first. They scored 5 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the fourth, 1 in the sixth. They scored 2 in the fourth and 1 in the sixth. Rajai Davis has 2 hits. Make it 3. And it is a 10-3 ball game.
First run batted in, and from the center field camera, we'll take a look at what pitchers have to deal with as line shots back up the middle. It's 35 runs batted in for the year, and that is 9 hits for the first 3 hitters.
Here's Sweeney. He's 3 for 4. Cannot check it up. Two balls and a strike to the 24-year-old outfielder. Underneath that one to even the count at 2. So 2 on, 2 out, 2 balls, 2 strikes here in the top of the 7th. That'll do it. They pick up one more. 7th inning stretch. 10-3 A's.
Good.
Not good as you check out our Comcast Sportsnet tail of the tape. Getting off to a bad start in the first, and it's just gotten worse. As there's first pitch strike to Carlos Quentin. Carlos is 0 for 2. Now to right. And then Kennedy made a good play to get him in his next at bat. Off down to the bat, out and around it. Low throw. Barton with a nice stretch. Out number 1.
Celebrate Hispanic Heritage Night at U.S. Cellular Field Friday, September 25th as the White Sox take on the Tigers at 7-11. Enjoy Latin music and dancing, special activities for kids, and pregame on-the-field parade, along with specially priced tickets. Be one of the first 1,800 to purchase a ticket and receive a chance to purchase an exclusive Ozzie Guillen bobblehead. Order tickets, visit whitesox.com/heritage or email cbeltran@shysox.com.
Nice. Nicely done.
Thank you. The other half will come shortly.
21. They get longer every year.
They certainly do.
The bang for the buck. 2-1 to Getz. Here's 1 for 2. Single back in the 5th inning. Gap out there in right center. And that is fouled away just shy of the LG Skyline Club seats. Bennington, 2 down. Got to bring up Jason Nix. Jason is 1 for 2. Hit the ball real hard both times. Once a line drive to left. Yeah, just a bullet down the third base line for that double. Pulled the string on him, had him way out in front, 0-2 the count. Craig Breslow just dazzles our hitters.
It's somewhat hard to believe that from Boston to Cleveland to Minnesota, he's always thrown well against the Sox. Last year, 0-2 with a 1.63 ERA and 42 appearances for Minnesota, and this year they waited till May 20th and put him on waivers. Oakland claimed him off waivers.
Well, as you can see, his numbers against us, he's one of the better left-hand relievers in the league. Down the right field line, Sweeney, a long run. He can't get there. One hop into the seats for a souvenir. Getting a little breezy here at the old ball yard. And that's ball 4. The first walk issued by Breslow.
Wayne Wise comes on.
And here's DW. Pipes was 1 for 3. Solid single back in the third. Did not check it up.
Brent Lillibridge in the on deck circle.
Chopper back to the middle and not going to be able to come close to getting him. So that'll be a base hit.
And that's one you might as well just put in your pocket, because you got to know who's going up the line, and Wayne Wise gets to first in a hurry. Ellis able to get to it, but he can't get anything on the throw. Wayne sniffing a base hit, realizing there's no chance they're going to get him at first.
Mark Ellis, a veteran player. But there are some infielders that just like to finish that play off.
Only thing you can do is get yourself in trouble if that ball skips by the first baseman.
That's exactly right. I don't think Mark is one of those kind, but yeah, watching guys throughout the years that Oakland had a second baseman who was a terrific second baseman, but he always wanted to finish the play off, and he would throw it even the guy was already across the bag.
Dick Green.
Yeah.
That was the guy.
Yeah. The looper caught, and that'll retire the side. We'll go to the 8th, trailing by 7.
Brent Lillibridge is at shortstop. And Tyler Flowers checks in behind the plate.
First pitch strike to Scott Harrison. Scott 2 for 4, couple of doubles, couple of RBIs. And that's on the outside corner. Scott's double back in the second. Scored one and is doubled in the fourth. Scored Sweeney. Obviously, it has not been a pretty game.
That was 17 hits for these last place Oakland Athletics.
Watch out.
There is a chance for some of the youngsters to get some play.
And the 2-2 delivery. Tomorrow night, Freddie Garcia against Trevor Cahill. Cahill, good-looking young right-hander.
He's also had a very busy year. He's going to make his 29th start. And that leads this team in that department.
Lillibridge, double pump. Still gets it. That'll bring up the catcher Kurt Suzuki, who is 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Had a sacrifice fly in the first and an RBI double in the sixth. Just joining us, Carlos Torres started. Did not fare well tonight. 2/3 of an inning, 5 runs earned on 4 hits. And 1 walk. That was the leadoff hitter, Adam Kennedy. And it was DJ, and it was Hudson, and it was Williams, and now Johnny Nunez. That's up high. Tomko started for them, went 5 1/3, giving up 3 runs on 6 hits. Pretty good breaking ball right there.
I think Nunez has got a chance to secure a spot in that bullpen for next season. He's still a youngster, but he's got good stuff. The ball sinks well, and the slider's a pretty good one.
The last one was a Jim Dandy. He gone. What it's going to boil down for Johnny is control. The difference, as you know, being a former Cy Young Award winner, the difference is in the minor leagues, the thrill is just throw strikes. In the big leagues, you just can't throw strikes.
No.
You got to throw quality strikes up here.
Because there is a phrase called wild in the strike zone. And that is more dangerous than being wild. Because wild in the strike zone gets you crushed.
Kevin Tapani.
Toward the end, certainly.
Yeah, if you throw strikes up here and you're just trying to throw strikes, that doesn't work too well. Cust, big 3-run homer. Got a hanger from Torres and just killed it.
He's got to really try to hit ground balls because he has a distinct uppercut swing.
But to me, he is the epitome of what you call a true slugger. That's one hop into the seat, so the ground rule double.
He just hits everything hard. And against a sinker baller, he has a tremendous advantage because that's exactly where he's looking. been up 5 times, and 5 times he's hit the ball in the air.
So here's Mark Ellis, a homer and a single. He's 2 for 4. And we want to welcome all the viewers who are watching the Cub game as they beat Pittsburgh 9-4. Right here, a different story as they scored 5 runs in the top of the first, added 2 in the second, 1 in the fourth, 1 in the sixth, 1 in the seventh. They lead it 10-3. Carlos Torres started for us. Did not get out of the first. So 2-0 the count to Ellis. Well, there have been a lot of guys, especially right-handers, who could throw strikes and had pretty good stuff, but could not last long in the big leagues because they were wild in that strike zone. As that's popped up right side, so Johnny Nunez does give up the 2-run double, but nobody scores after 7.5. 10-3 bad guys. So Tyler Flowers will lead it off. Can't get that one. Up and out over the plate. Tailing away. Tyler 0 for 2. Since being called up. There are his numbers. That's low. Just a tremendously strong individual.
He's facing a guy 6'6", 181 pounds.
He was a lean, mean 181 pounds. One and two the count. Gap out there in right center. Good eye. Good check. Right here, Tyler. Got him upstairs. So 1 out. So here's Paulie. Paulie 1 for 3. That homer is 26th back in the 6th inning. He also just missed one in the 4th. High and to short, left center field. 2 down.
White Sox premium seating auctions are the best way to secure great locations like box seats behind the dugout and tables outside the Miller Lite Bullpen Sports Bar. Opening bids start as low as $55 a seat. Visit WhiteSox.com to place your bid.
So Blevins, who was acquired from the Cubs, back in July of 07. And Josh pops it up. High pop up. Blevins a very quick 1-2-3 inning. And we still trail by 7. Thursday, then it's 3 in Anaheim, 3 in Seattle before returning home on the 18th. 3 with Kansas City, 3 with Minnesota, 3 with the Tigers, and that is our last homestand for 2009.
On the road to Cleveland and finishing it up in Detroit. Scott Linebrink comes in to finish it up. He's 3-6, ERA 3.86, on for the 50th time. 6th pitcher of the night.
Derek Barton is 1 for 3. Dwayne Wise very short out there in center field as usual. The 2-0 pitch, and there's a strike. Well, I wish we could say it was the umpire that did us in tonight. Can't use that.
Nope. Not the weather conditions either.
And the 3-1 pitch. Smoked.
So Barton with a couple of hits late. It's 19 of them.
As a rule, that gets the job done. Pennington has a couple. A double in the second, a single in the fifth. He's 2 for 4. Takes it up high. Yankees beat Tampa Bay 3-2. There's a strike and a count. 1-2 to Cliff Pennington, 25-year-old switch hitting shortstop. Count evens at 2. Down on the farm last night. Birmingham won again, 6-5 at Chattanooga. And a full count. C.J. Rutherford, a home run, his 10th. He has 3 RBIs last evening. He has 76 on the year.
He's had quite a year.
And there's ball 4. So the first 2 men aboard here in the top of the 9th inning. Winston-Salem won 7-2 at Myrtle Beach. Brent Morrell having himself a pretty good year down in Winston-Salem. 33 doubles, 16 homers, 79 RBIs.
25 stolen bases. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Charlotte lost 7-4. Jack Egbert, the loser, as the count moves to 2-0 to Adam Kennedy. Kennedy 2 for 4 with a run scored. Kannapolis won 4-1 in Hickory. And the count 3-0. There's one. Little box cheer comes up.
The ball was rifled into the stands.
Kennedy and Cost, a couple of big uppercut swings. Kansas City leading Detroit 6-5 that game in the 8th inning. We can't stop from stepping on our own feet. High. Carlos. 1 out. I don't know if I've ever seen a club that against good teams plays well. Against mediocre teams plays mediocre.
It's bad teams plays badly.
Bad.
Yes. Yep. For the most part, that is a team that winds up this 162 game season around 81-81.
That's right.
And the sad part about it is that whole year you're looking for that 8-game winning streak that you know is right around the corner, but you just can't do the things that can put together a streak like that.
You know, every day I've driven to the ballpark, I'm waiting for that run to get started. Waiting for us to get on a run. Waiting for us to get on a run. All of a sudden you think, as he drops the breaking ball over him, you think you off and running a little bit. You know, we had the homestand Yankees come in. We beat them 3 out of 4. Beat the Angels 2 out of 3. Had a chance to sweep them both. Couldn't get the job done. Think you're on a run, though, and poof. Go up against the second division ball club and can't keep from stepping on your feet. Frustrating. And that guy right there, Ozzie in the middle. I don't see this year. This has got to be one of the toughest years he's had here managing. And I know it's been tough on Kenny. As they get the man at second. And it's out number 2.
Well, the years that you believe you've got more talent than is shown in the standings are the years that are the most frustrating. Because you're looking at just getting average years out of certain guys that don't give them to you. And every time you make a mistake, it seems like the opposition takes advantage of it.
Well, anytime you feel like you can control your own destiny, which is no question in my mind, that was our situation. We could control our own destiny in this division. And you don't do it. The expectations are what kills you. The expectations are what causes the frustrations. The frustrations are there because of expectations. They feed off each other.
Well, the years where you're real bad, those are not frustrating years because you just don't have the talent.
Exactly.
The years you believe
you get crippled up.
Right. The years you believe you have the talent and stay relatively healthy, but can't get over the top are the most frustrating years. This probably falls into that category of a year where everybody believed that this team should do a whole lot better than it has done to this point.
Ball. About a 57-footer right there. Tyler got a part of his body on it. So now Ducks on the pond with 2 down and a 1-2 count to Ryan Sweeney. And that's back through the middle into center field. One is going to score. Martin. They hold Davis at second. And it's 11-3.
4 hits for Ryan Sweeney. 4 singles. This one right back through the middle.
Well, if anybody on that ball club is going to get 4 hits against us, I hope it's him. He's such a nice young man.
That's the 20th of the A's hits tonight.
Hairston takes ball 1. This will be the 29th pitch this inning thrown by Linebrick. Took a lot off, had him way out in front. He's got those 2 doubles and 2 RBIs tonight. Comes back, hits him on the fist, and the count 1-2. inside splitter. Inside 2-2. And a full count. And that's a tough foul.
It's a lot of pitches trying to wind his way through the ninth inning. This is pitch number 34.
And that's popped up. They come up with one. We'll go to the bottom of the ninth, trailing by 8.
ERA is very similar. And we've got a new pitcher on the hill. It's Brad Kilby. He just came up. Eric Patterson checks in the game in left field. And there's a look at Kilby's numbers.
You know, we were talking about some of the guys down in Birmingham. One guy we haven't talked enough about this year is secretly had himself just a terrific season, John Eli. 23-year-old right-hander out of Homewood.
That's been a wonderful baseball team this year.
Well, he is 14-2 in 27 starts with a 2.82 ERA.
That's a nice year.
Yep. John was born in Harvey, now resides in Homewood. Taken in the 3rd round in 07.
Ramon Castro getting a chance to swing the bat.
Good. Can't get it up there. And the count 0-2. 11, 20, and 0 for them. 3, 7, and 1 for us. We have stranded 5. They have stranded 11. 1 out.
Kilby with a rather deceptive motion.
Wraps it right out of the glove.
He does. He falls into the large left-hander mold.
Sid Fernandez.
This can't be all that easy to see.
And the count 1-2 to Quinn. Carlos 0 for 3 tonight. Two down. Man,
I don't think our boys are seeing it real well.
no. Kilby, born in Modesto, 6'2", 230 pounds. 29th round pick in 05 out of San Jose State. So here's Getz, 1 for 3. Takes first pitch strike. Guys, left-handers especially with those funky motions.
I would have to think that he picked up a couple miles an hour, because if he threw 92 with that motion, he wouldn't have been a 29th round draft choice.
You certainly wouldn't think so.
Nope.
The irony of that statement, though, is the fact that most guys, once they sign out of high school or college, come into pro ball, if they were throwing 92, 93 in high school or college, after 1 year in pro ball, they're usually throwing 90 to 91, 89. The velocity goes down.
Well, that's if they want to teach him.
They don't want to pitch him.
Well, I was going to say, teach him a little splitter, a little slider, take the fastball and do some other things with it, try to get more movement. A lot of times that forcing of the artificial movement instead of the natural movement takes velocity away.
And Chris fouls it straight back. Yeah, but these kids in high school and college are pitching more than major league pitchers. Innings per week. The good ones. And this in the center field. Davis coming on, makes the catch, and this ball game is over. So the A's come in here. Sox, who had taken 5 out of 6 prior to this, looking for something, a little momentum. Gave up 5 in the first, Stone Pony, and then it just got worse.
Unfortunately, as good as Carlos Torres was last time out,